Alright. How to form goddamn words. How to form thoughts about this show without getting banned. Let's see if I can do it. I'm John Rant with my review of AEW Rampage. My oh my, you want to talk about that main event? Well, I will in due course. God fucking damn it. And I thought we were past this shit. I thought we were going in a new direction. Nope, we're just circling back around and going back up our own ass in the figurative sense. At least Matt Hardy and Brother Nito and all those people just decided to go back up their own goddamn ass to the form of a human centipede and... Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm calm. Let's talk about it. JR, Shivani, Excalibur on commentary. JR is totally checked out. That was evident with the first match. The Lucha Vikings, Lucha Bros, and El Hijo del Vikino taking on Hobbs, Solo, and QT. Why do they hate Hobbs? Why is QT an on-screen character on a wrestling program in 2023? He can be valuable backstage, but he doesn't need to be an on-screen character. Solo, being a guy to beat, that's fine. He's a decent enough worker. Why is the blonde girl there? Blonde woman. Why is she there? She's doing Miss Hancock's gimmick only with about 5% of the talent. This whole QT TV thing, the Lucha Bros and Vikino just did their flippy shit, and eventually we had a bunch of ridiculous stuff happen. Like Hobbs is choking out Alex, and at one point, the blonde, whoever she is, pulls, I believe, QT off the table. This match just blended together and went twice as long as it needed to. And basically, the Lucha Bros and Vikino won. Cool? Okay, whatever. We got a Destroyer on the apron before that. Why? To what end? To what end? Honestly, to what end? Yeah, the package stomp 1, 2, 3. And then we get footage of MJF being pissed after he realizes that the 4-way is going to happen at Double or Nothing. And then the AEW All Access finale is taking place this coming week. That was quick. Are they going to bring it back? I don't know. Jericho wanted to talk to Lexi and basically said, an unprovoked attack by Adam Cole, baby, has made it to where he doesn't want Adam Cole, baby, to be in the same building as him until their match at Double or Nothing. It's a way to hype up a feud that I don't know if that many people really care about, because Adam Cole has totally cooled off, and Jericho just, I mean, at this point, no Jericho feud has really been good for months, if not a couple years. Whatever. Jade! Beat Gia Scott! In just about 30 seconds, maybe. Taya Valkyrie is suspended because she put her hands on Aubrey, trying to give her the road to Valhalla. Is Taya going to be the one to eventually beat Jade? Are they waiting until Chris Statlander returns? Did they just give up? Are they just giving up and just giving Jade wins and that's it? Seems like the latter. Jade won. This streak isn't working. They seem to be spinning their wheels. Jade really isn't improving under what they're doing here. She's had flashes of improvements, and then it just goes right back down to normal. So basically, they're giving her that streak, and it's like Goldberg's streak. The difference is Goldberg's streak drew money. Mark Briscoe deserves to be used better. Team TNA is absolute shit. They have too many people that don't need to be on-screen characters. And you can say that about WWE. They got a lot of people as well. There needs to be a talent turnover in New Japan. There needs to be a talent turnover in a lot of places. People don't deserve to not have an income, but they can't always stay in the same goddamn company. And dude, this show got me to the point where I was questioning why Rampage was ever created. Because remember when Rampage felt important for about maybe the first 6 months? And if that, and now it just feels like throwaway programming. Are they still going to have this around when Collision happens? Because if people aren't watching this, even if there's a 2-hour show on set, more people get television time. I guess that's a good thing. Mark Briscoe then beat Preston Vance. I don't know why Mark Briscoe still insists on doing that senton flip and hitting the chair. He's plenty over. He doesn't need to do that, even though he's tough, legit tough. The Briscoes fought through numerous injuries, and Mark Briscoe carrying on the Briscoe legacy. But he eventually won after hitting Jose the assistant And then Hey and the J Driller 1, 2, 3. They have just given up on Preston Vance ever being anything viable after he got unmasked. And I'm not saying he should have beat Briscoe here, but they unmasked him. They gave him 2 wins, and that's it. And now that Dark and Dark Elevation are canceled, I mean, they canceled Dark Elevation, and Dark seemingly is being put on the back burner because they're taping Ring of Honor before Dynamite, and then they're taping Rampage after. I guess maybe they're going to have Rampage and then tape Collision or whatever they're going to... I don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to maybe tape Ring of Honor television with Collision and tape Dynamite and Rampage? Probably. In fact, that might be the best way to go about it. Maybe have Collision live and Rampage taped. So anyway, the Briscoe family gets in there, is emotional. They're just up the road in Sandy Fork, Delaware. Apparently, I'm not familiar with how close Baltimore is to Delaware, but I imagine within, traveling distance, the Briscoes are very tightly knit, and that was cool. That was a cool moment. I did think that was nice. And then Lexi is with Dustin, Rampage, or AEW, Dynamite or Rampage, one of the two, probably both shows since they taped them, are going to be in Austin, Texas in a couple weeks. Brian Cage then attacks, and Prince hey attacks, or taunts rather, and then Swerve says, "You thought we were done with you," and then Keith Lee runs them off. So, okay, this isn't over. I mean, it makes sense given the fact that Swerve is just being the ultimate jackass and everything, and I mean that with respect, 'cause I like Swerve. Swerve's a very good talent, and I wish that they would let him shine a little bit more. And then we get Julia Hart and Anna Jay doing pre-tapes, and they're going to have a no-holds-barred match on a live Dynamite. God, I hope that ends up better than I think it's going to be, because both those women are trying, but just good God. Daniel Garcia versus Orange Cassidy, I guarantee you will open up Dynamite. It'll open up Dynamite, or it'll start the second hour. There's no way they put that match in anything other than those two spots. Okay, firm deletion match. Here we go. Okay, this is the worst abomination AEW has put on their programming in many, many months. This is the worst match that has taken place on a mainstream wrestling program. As far as Impact, what little I've seen of Impact is at least doing some good shit, and they're doing some shit I don't care about, but nevertheless, people still watch Impact and have been praising it. WWE has put on their own fair amount of shit. They really have. The Mountain Dew Pitch Black match and other things. And New Japan has put on their series of, a series of unfortunate events, sometimes mostly involving Bullet Club and House of Torture, but New Japan's been on the rise mostly, even if some of it feels samey. AEW has done some good shit. They had a couple incredible matches at Revolution, the Iron Man match, and a few others. They also had the Texas Death match between Moxley and Hangman that was absolutely terrible, that I hated. And this is worse. Because it's the same shit that Matt Hardy, the deletion, the broken universe, all that bullshit and everything that was fine in 2016, and maybe even when they had him and Sammy do that shit. Even though I hated that, it was the pandemic. I understood why they did it. We are coming up on nearly 3 years since that match happened. Nearly 3 goddamn years. And we have Matt Hardy, who can't move, who really couldn't move even about 7 years ago, and now he's doing the same shit. Jeff Hardy can't move. Hook! That is the last time you are going to hear me say that, because I'm not going to even give Hook any goddamn attention until they scrub this shit off of him. And Stokely was there. Isaiah Cassidy eventually showed up dressed up like a pimp version of The Undertaker for some goddamn reason. Ethan Page, who is fine in the ring, but this was goddamn shit. Big Ass, or William Ass Morrissey, or Big Billy Willie, whatever. Stokely and various other people, and why? Why did they spend money on this? Why are they still trying to bring Matt Hardy's broken universe to life? This was terrible. This was an abomination. This was a crime against every aspect of pro wrestling. Pro wrestling was a mistake, is what I wrote down on my notes. This was terrible. Now, there are people that like this, and if you like this, that's fine. I'm not saying that anybody that liked this match is bad. You can like whatever the hell you want to like, but you know what I don't like? This. And I can stand up for entertainment and enjoy some things in wrestling, but you have got to be fucking kidding me. It's the same repetitive goddamn shit that they do all the time. This was a crime. It's like, at one point, Stokely saying, Tony Khan will pay for his crimes. No, Stokely, you know who's going to pay for the crimes? You and everybody that participate in this goddamn thing, you fucking little short shit. Everybody that didn't immediately say, no, fuck this, I'll take my release. This was bad. This is the kind of stuff that kills careers. Hook already was to the point where it was hard to take him seriously because even though he can do some shit, he was involved with all this goofiness. So I think it's going to take probably at least 6 months to a year to scrub this shit off of him. I don't know where Mark Quinn went. I don't know where he went. Apparently he just disappeared into another dimension. Maybe he's injured, I don't know, but he hasn't been on television for so long that they forget about him. Is Isaiah Cassidy the only one a private party employed? The drone showed up again. Vanguard 150 or whatever, I don't goddamn care. It actually had a text saying, y'all rude as F. Everybody who put this together deserves to be put in a stump grinder. Everybody. The camera crew should have walked out. The lighting crew should have walked out. Tony Khan paid quite a bit for this. Maybe not as much as he did for the whole Sammy thing because there weren't as many fireworks. But there was still paying for people to go to the Hardy compound, by the way, which I really hope that they can just go to the Hardy compound, farm, do whatever, and not have anything to do with pro wrestling because this stuff was terrible. Absolutely terrible. It's not entertainment by this point. It might have been entertaining at first, and it was absolutely... At this point, it's just scorched earth. Everybody in this match cannot be taken seriously anymore. Not that half of them could have anyway. They went day to night, the whole space-time continuum. They actually did a fade from day to night. They did that for this shitty match. Why is any of this happening is what I wrote down. Everyone involved in this should have been embarrassed, should have been drug out into the goddamn street and shamed and poked with a stick until they walked out of town. Money and resources and time and effort was put into this. More effort was put into this than has been put into a concerted effort behind FTR, Hobbs, Wardlow, Samoa Joe, various other people. People that could actually be beneficial to the company. I pull my hair out if I actually had any left, if I didn't shave the whole goddamn thing off. The kids show up. Various members of Matt Hardy's family show up. They have 5 kids? Stokely sees the kids going on a little, like one of those little motorized truck things, whatever the hell it was. And Stokely was scared that he had people that he could see eye to eye with instead of looking up at. Hook is toast. Hook's toast. Everybody in this match is toast. Anybody that had any future in wrestling, good luck. Good luck rebuilding it. It's going to take a long slog to dig yourself out of the 7th to 8th circle of hell. All these bumps for no goddamn reason is what I wrote down. There was a table bump. There was a point where they were shooting in a warehouse or a garage that Matt Hardy had. As far as I'm concerned, the garage should have been locked and they should have just started the cars and everything and not hooked a hose. And okay, no, too much. But God damn it, I felt like doing that because it would have certainly been better off than watching this shit. Rebby got involved. Rebby yelling at Stokely because he was sitting in the theater room. They apparently have Senior Benjamin, who is the gardener and seemingly is drugging people now or shocking people or doing so. I don't know what the hell he's doing. The kids showed up. One kid was like playing one of the Shining Twins. I don't know why at all. And Rebby hit Stokely with a twist of fate in the ring because they're doing this. One of the kids, Maxwell, I think is the oldest kid. I don't fucking care. I don't wish anything bad to happen to the kids, but I don't fucking care at this point. Hair taller than Stokely, by the way, which is not saying much. Hits a swanton at one point. Hit it better than Jeff. Of course, Maxwell's also significantly younger than Jeff. Ethan gets pinned, I think. Yeah, Ethan got pinned. Not that I care one goddamn bit. This match went maybe 15 minutes and seemed to go on forever. Jeff Hardy then burns a symbol of some variety in the dirt and then sets everything on fire. God, if only this whole match was set on fire. Not the compound, just the match concept itself, and just torched it and maybe done something where you did a street fight in the ring. But, oh yeah, the Hardys can't fucking go anymore, so you have to mask it with edits and cinematic bullshit because they can't fucking go because they broke their bodies down because they didn't know when to stop. And now they drug Hook down. Isaiah Cassidy's goddamn toast. And Jeff screaming, thank you, God. God, if only God had taken him. And then maybe he'd be better off at this point, because I don't see Jeff Hardy really surviving very long here in AEW. Honestly, no, seriously. Just fuck everybody involved in this. Fuck everyone involved. Fuck it. I don't know if I'm going to review Rampage next week. I have no goddamn idea. I don't even know if I want to review Dynamite next week. I will. But just Rampage at this point, this is the most unwatchable edition of Rampage that I've seen. I was so pissed off watching this. I was already pissed off heading into this, but I'm like, okay, maybe there will be some funny moments. No, there wasn't anything funny. This was abysmal. The worst episode of Rampage they've done. Period. Anyway, agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rickland. God, if only I could firmly delete that. God, I wish I could firmly delete that fucking match from my memory and firmly delete the fact that these people ever existed in wrestling. See ya.